everything, like the music, everything has this really dope vibe to it. Can you talk about how you got started with this project and kind of your inspirations?
Yeah. At first, I started making this game just because I was having a real rough time in the game industry, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this stuff myself. And I started a while back with this other game called Click that we put on Kickstarter. It did
Hmm.
pretty well, but we got like a lot of heat just because it was like about a little black girl and like her just playing the game, and for like game industry, a lot of gamers didn't like that, and the Kickstarter didn't work out for various reasons. But I took a little bit of a break just to get myself together, like get all the ideas that I wanted to make on paper. And this was like the first one I wanted to make. And then someone that I was like talking about the game to, pretty much told me, you can't do it. So I pretty much made this whole game out of pettiness. Um,
I know
like
how that
this,
is. That's like fuel to the
this,
fire for sure.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. This whole process was just me being petty. Um, so yeah, it's coming out pretty good. I'm doing a lot of the development on my own. I really wanted to make a point of to the game industry that look what I did with nothing. Like there's no backing. I did no Kickstarter. I don't have any funding. This is completely just me and like the little bit of things that I had to buy, like paying my friends to do music for me and like paying someone to sing on some tracks or whatever. That's totally out of my own pocket. So look what I did with nothing. Imagine what I could have did if you gave me anything.
Yeah, it's so slick. Like I'm like trying not to bob my head as we're or like bust out a little freestyle or something like that. Just listening to it. Can you tell us how where you're at in Detroit, how that plays an influence in your game?
Yeah, you got to hop, man. Remember the small jump.
Small jump.
Small jump.
Yeah, small jump. The more patient you are, the better you do with the game.
I'm not.
It's
I'm not
A.
patient. I'm not patient.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's the A button. But yeah. What you were saying with development. Pretty much. I'm just building out levels now. I'm trying to launch a game mid-February.
Yeah.
On Steam and itch.io. You can wishlist it now, by the way. Follow me at Aerial Knight. But yeah, it's on Steam right now on itch.io. You can follow it there too. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just in the process of making more levels and just trying to get all that style and all that cowboy bebop style type music
Okay.
in the game.
That's dope. But how does Detroit influence this? I'm really interested in that because that's awesome. That's like a rich culture. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, definitely. Like there's a long history of just Detroit itself and like black people in Detroit. The character himself is very much based off of Axel Foley. You can tell by his clothes. Um,
Oh, okay. That's tight. You
yeah,
gotta put people on game who Axel Foley is though, because they may not
Axel
be.
Foley, Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
During that whole first movie, he wears this Mumford shirt under his jacket, and that was because he came to Detroit and went to Mumford, and they gave him this shirt, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear this in the whole movie." So I went to Mumford. I was like, that always stuck with me. So
That's awesome. So how did you get started in game development?
I went like much like you. I went to school for game development. Got ripped off extremely bad, but I took full advantage of it and just made my connections.
Yeah.
Like did a lot of work on my own and did a lot of learning on my own. So yeah, I went to IDT. You went to Art Institute, right?
From my undergrad, I went to Art Institute, and then I doubled down and got a master's in game
Got to slide
production.
under it, homie.
Yeah, it's painting him. I could tell that Neil. It's like I can't
Just
concentrate.
watching it.
This
He's
dude
just
is
watching it.
just
It's just like slide, homie.
he's throwing himself
Yeah.
into rocks.
It's all good. That's why I put so many like good checkpoints there, so people wouldn't get too frustrated.
Yeah.
You still in the tutorial though, so we gotta see how far you make it.
Damn, that's sad.
I was trying to make a game that was like not too painting for more casual players, but like hardcore players can really find like a home in, like make their own fun, kind of like Sonic, where
Yeah.
like depending on how you play it, it can be hard or it can be like really relaxing.
Yeah. I like the parallaxing elements that you have in the 2D game and the different environments that you're showcasing. It looks really sick.
Thanks, man. I put everything into doing all those 3D models and just trying to get it done in time. Um, yeah, it takes just a really long time to get a lot of content for this because it's a runner. You're running through
Yeah.
so much art that you'll never see again. So I just gotta keep creating. So that's what the holdup is. If it was like just a simple, very minimalistic style, then the game would have been done. But
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And when are you releasing again? Like
February. We're going for February.
Okay, cool. So are you looking to get on consoles and stuff like that too?
Yeah, I'm currently just trying to see where the game's at around launch. But doing the port, we'll see how people like it. So
Yeah,
if
that
black
makes
people
sense.
like it, then I'll do whatever they want.
That totally makes sense. What other? I'm just curious because we always have multiple ideas in our head of what we're gonna do next. What are your thoughts on that? Like what you got something
Yeah.
lined up?
Yeah, a couple people reached out already. I just got a book full of concepts and ideas. So right when this gets into a good place, I'm gonna start with the next thing I have on my list and just like see how far I can get with just kind of self-publishing
Yeah.
and just getting games out on my own. Your previous question before that we kind of skipped over because
Yeah.
Alfonso keeps dying. It's okay. It's okay. I made this game with full intent that it ain't for everybody.
Wow.
It's okay,
Wow.
man. You can't be good at everything. But before this,
Bruh.
I
ain't
did a
never
lot
giving
of.
up. I ain't never giving up. So
You ain't never gonna yield. You missed the chance. Like I gave it to you. I laid it out for you.
I
Never
ain't
yield.
gonna,
Okay.
I never yield.
Um, But yeah, before this game, I did a lot of contract work for like little indie studios who make games. Here in Detroit, we do a lot of like auto shows. So I did a lot of apps and like just promotion for auto shows, doing VR and all types of stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing this for about 10 years now. If you
Oh
add everything
wow.
up.
That's
So
dope.
since I was 19. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. So when you're like, so you said you're